This is where we hold them! This is where we fight! This is where they die! And these shields, boys! Remember this day, men, for it will be yours for all time.
Albertans.
Lay down your
Freedoms.
Globalists.
come and get them!
Fantastic performance! Hope for Humanity performed Hope for the Holidays today for us. That they will be at Eau Claire on December the 24th before Christmas for an even bigger performance. So please come out for that. Okay, I have so much pleasure to announce to you a very special guest speaker today. This is Dr. Lorna Levesque. She came all the way from Edmonton. Calgarians, you guys are awesome. Thank you for the invitation. I'll try and take about just 12 minutes of your time. Be patient with me, and I hope you can understand what I'm trying to say. Before I begin, am I okay here? Okay. Before I begin, the following are my observations and my questions based on my experience and my research. Feel free to listen or not. Either way, do your own research and come to your own conclusions. Today, we know that an active case is based on false positives. At an RT-PCR cycle of 41, every positive is a false positive. They're based on broad, generalized symptoms and close contact with a false positive. These numbers are simply fabricated evidence. Politicians and mainstream media use these numbers to manipulate the general population into a general state of irrational fear. They have been highly successful. We only hear about cases, nothing about treatment. Hydroxychloroquine with zinc is being used successfully. Ivermectin is being used successfully. These are not permitted in Canada. Why not? Sorry, I will just pass my sheets down to someone as I go through them. We only hear about cases. Nothing is said about the coming savior of the world, the COVID-19 vaccine. Product has never been used before on the human race other than in the ongoing experimental stage. With this injection, each person will receive two synthetic messenger RNA strands wrapped in hydrogel, a synthetic lipid nanoparticle carrier. The mRNA will be delivered to your cells by the nanoparticles. Your cells will follow the instructions of that tiny bit of genetic material. Your cells will make the evil antigen, the protein that mimics part of the spike around the SARS-CoV-2 virus. That is step one. Step two, your body will then create the autoimmune response that will inhibit or destroy the antigen that your body just made. Is the first injection of this product to stimulate the killer T cells and the second injection to stimulate the antibody production? We don't know. Either way, theoretically your body will be trained to recognize that part of any coronavirus and should then be able to destroy or weaken the virus. In essence, your body will be programmed to produce the antigen that your body will then destroy. So how is that mechanism different from an autoimmune disease in which my body forms antibodies to something my body creates? Why exactly would I want to offer my body to be a guinea pig for this experimental product? If my body can form the desired autoimmune response to this particular part of the coronavirus that has now been created by my body, why would it not be able to form an appropriate autoimmune response to the virus itself? Before you get injected with the synthetic product, ask for the insert. I asked for the insert of this year's flu shot and I read it. It gave me valuable information to make an informed decision. My response was no thanks. I suggest you do the same before acquiescing to this shot. What are the non-medical ingredients? I'm generously given to you along with the mRNA and the hydrogel. What are the contraindications? What are the side effects? The ordinary side effects and the uncommon side effects and the long-term side effects. Does Pfizer know? Do any of them know? How could they? The vaccine has theoretically been in the trial phase for only a few short months. How will the injected messenger RNA affect your own DNA? What exactly will happen to the synthetic lipid nanoparticles that have been injected into your body? Maybe get an explanation from someone who will not profit from the sale of this experimental product. Keep in mind, we are told to mask up, isolate, distance, stay at home. And that is to stop the spread. However, this product does not stop the transmission of the SARS-CoV-2. It only decreases the severity of the symptoms of COVID-19. Given that this injection is still in the experimental stage, given that there will initially be a limited amount at our disposal, I propose we give the first round to 6 groups of people. First to every politician in the province.
Yeah! Yeah! You saw how they fucking injected them with nothing else. Didn't even depress the thunder.
She has just simply become the dictator of our lives. Follow that by Jason Kenney. Rachel Notley and every member of the Legislative Assembly.
Yeah!
And do not inject them with an inert saline solution coming from a carefully labeled vial. Inject the actual mRNA with the lipid nanoparticle carrier and all the other adjuvants, including PEG, polyethylene glycol. They are being pushed to push the narrative, and they are doing it well. Let them be the first to be injected. Second, every mayor and every council.
Shut up, bootlicker!
In every municipality that has voted to mandate masks, they are imposing the narrative. They too politicians in first place. First on my list, fourth on my list, every individual in Alberta Health Services. They have chosen to follow the script they have been given. They enforce the nebulous, ill-defined, ever-changing set of regulations that have complicated everyone's life for 9 long months. Fifth on my list, and this is what makes me sad, are the over 400 medical doctors who signed the open letter advocating for more lockdowns. These doctors will not be affected by the lockdown. Their businesses will not be shut down. They will not lose any paycheck. Let them be among the first to receive this experimental product. These people participate with public funds. They can serve as the first guinea pigs on our behalf. There is another group of people I would add. They are the store owners and managers who do not honor exemptions. They have chosen to lie into the narrative and feed them. They visibly support and impose the ineffective, harmful mask culture on both their employees and their customers. They can join the others in fighting for those first injections. All be in the audio and all the independent media who actually know how to do investigative journalism, good on you. Let us observe the immediate short-term side effects of the first dose and the second dose in 3 weeks' time. Let us observe these volunteers through the rest of this flu season and on through the summer and the coming municipal elections. And I suspect that I would like to see some house cleaning going on in those municipal elections that are coming up. Let us observe these volunteers through the following flu season, beginning in the fall of 2021. You see, for 20 years, they have been trying to make a vaccine for the coronavirus. The animals in those studies did not fare well. Pathogenic priming, antibody-dependent enhancement, resulting in cytokine storm took a huge toll on those animals. Will the same thing happen to the humans who get these 2 shots of this experimental product? That should take 2 years. Let us continue to observe volunteers for 2 to 5 years. Cancers. Let us continue to observe these volunteers for 7 to 10 years. And this one is close to my heart. Will the young women be able to become pregnant and carry their baby full term? For the young men, will their DNA affected by the injected mRNA? Will that change in their DNA be passed on to their children? Every experiment needs a control group. We will be the control group, and after 10 years of careful scrutiny, we can compare outcomes. There are many serious questions which must be answered. I think many of you will be part of the control group. We will be watching carefully. Those who have bought the narrative, or perhaps they have been bought by the narrative, those who support the narrative, those who propagate the narrative, they must be first in line to receive the ultimate product of the narrative. It should not be us. This is an experimental product. We have the right to say no with complete and absolute impunity.
Yep, you're goddamn right.
This is a battle we must win, and we will win it for ourselves and for the generations to come.
Here.
Sorry about that, guys. Thank you very much, Dr. Logan, for coming all the way from Edmonton. She lockout. Lockdown.
Thank you. I'm gonna move this so that I can stand right here. We don't between us. The first time I spoke at the end of August, we had just launched the petition at endcalgarylockdown.com with 4 signatures. All 4 of those people live in my house. 2 weeks later, we had 2 weeks after today, we're closing in 4,000. I need to talk louder. Is that better, guys? Can you hear me? All right. I'm going to speak up here. More importantly, we have almost 2,000 people now on our mailing list, and we are no longer just a petition. We are an organization of activists, volunteers, covering a wide range of strategies to fight this lockdown on every front. Now, normally when I stand up here, I'm holding one of our signs, and if you were here 2 weeks ago, you saw a nice big banner, and you might be wondering, well, where is it? Well, you see, the thing is, it's outdated already. Because 2 days ago, endcalgarylockdown.com became endalbertalockdown.com. We're going province-wide.
Fuck out.
And we have a long list of initiatives that we're enacting here in Calgary, and we're going to be setting up chapters in cities across Alberta, handing them the playbook, handing them the resources they need, and we're going to fight this war on every front and with every tool we have available. Back in the spring, they kind of tried to stop us from doing what we're doing right now, so they took a word away from us. Protest. Now maybe they're not quite as stupid as I thought they were, because words have power. So, okay, we don't protest. We walk. We march. We rally. Yes. And I love it when our enemy hands us weapons. Rally is a 17th century English word that means a gathering of troops in preparation for a charge against the enemy. So I'm going to ask you, are we a rally?
That's why I did the sign like this, so I don't have to hold it.
And what does every rally need but a rally cry?
Thank you.
Because words and symbols have power. The raised fist has always been the symbol of defiance. And in a moment, I'm going to ask you all to join me in raising your fist, and I'm going to ask you to repeat 4 simple but powerful words. I don't just want you to repeat them. I want you to shout them. I want to make the windows of this building behind you.
How many words? 14?
Spicy.
I want Kenny and Hinshaw and Menchie to hear us in their living rooms. Four simple but powerful words. We will live free.
We will live free!
We will live free.
We will live free!
Live free.
We will live free!
No government has any power except that which we give to them. refuse to obey them. And so when that government becomes tyrannical, when they trample on our rights, those who are made up for God's sakes.
Yeah, last time they did, yeah.
They give them one choice.
I think they're getting nervous because we're starting to say that we don't approve of this.
And the way we do that is by simply refusing to comply.
Yep. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty.
When justice becomes law.
And when, yes,
What?
civil
Even
disobedience,
tyranny becomes
passive
Well,
resistance,
Injustice
we
is
refuse to
under that
comply.
injustice.
And when enough of us do that,
Justice is based.
they are powerless to do anything about it. So one more time.
oinky oink.
Now let's go take their power away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, brother.
Wow, that was awesome. Well done. Wow. Okay, that's it for the speakers right now. There are two guys out there with Your Freedom Matters, red and white. They're going to lead us into the war.
Okay, right on.
Slowly, and we're going to be stopping often. Okay? So get ready. Once those lights ring.
Is he under arrest? No, he is not. For what? What's the charge? What's the charge? There is no charge. He's free to leave.
There is no public combat.
Shame! Shame! Shame!
He is right. You better get your officer back. But he is right.
You guys swore oath to the Constitution.
They're making a list. They're checking our rights.
I don't know. They're trying to arrest these guys for no reason. Yeah, they're trying to arrest them for no reason.
Get your officers off me now! Now! Mr. Russo! That's assault on the officers!
Fuck you, pig!
The whole world is watching. The whole world is watching. Let me go.
Fucking Christ!
I got your glasses. Not touching this.
I want him out! Badge number!
I thought a dude dropped his camera, but it's just your You guys got a really cool body
What is your fucking badge number? 471.
I think that, like I said, it's our time that we try and leave peacefully. Yeah, I'm just trying to get it. This time.
Dude, get the king out!
How do you like it? Nazi Canada, ladies and gentlemen. The world is watching. The whole world is watching. Right now.
they were identified or something? Oh, I see.
Thank you for not defending our charter.
May you all be known as tyrants! The complacent many!
Fight back, Hart!
You know perfectly well what is the matter with you, Winston. You've known it for years, though you've fought against the knowledge. You are mentally deranged. You suffer from a defective memory. You've never tried to cure yourself of it because you did not choose to. It was a small effort of will which you were not ready to make. For example, which power is Oceania at war with?
Eastasia. Oceania is at war with Eastasia.
Eastasia. Good. And Oceania has always been at war with Eastasia, has it not? Tell me what you think you remember.
I remember that until only a week before I was arrested, we weren't at war with Eastasia at all. It was Eurasia. It lasted 4 years, I think.
Another example. A serious delusion. Photographs about which you've had hallucinations, which you believed you held in your hand. They never existed. Say what you're about to say, Winston.
They exist. In memory. I remember. You remember.
I do not remember. Only the disciplined mind can see reality, Winston. It needs an act of self-destruction, an effort of the will. Do you remember writing in your diary, freedom is the freedom to say 2 + 2 = 4?
Yes.
How many fingers am I holding up, Winston?
4.
And if the party says there are not 4, but 5, then how many?
5.
No. That's no use. You're lying. How many fingers, please?
4. What else can I say? 5, 4. Anything you like. Only please stop it. Stop the pain. How can I help it? How can I help what I see under my eyes? 2 and 2 makes 4.
Sometimes, Winston. Sometimes they're 5. Sometimes they're 3. Sometimes they're all of them at once. Neither the past, nor the present, nor the future exists in its own right, Winston. Reality is in the human mind, not in the individual mind, which makes mistakes and soon perishes, but in the mind of the party.